Chat, what we have here is a melee rogue. We go puncture, all the way up to fundamental puncture. Because we can make enemies vulnerable by hitting them with multiple blades. And since we have a lot of crowd control, we gain energy with them as well, which is good for generating more energy in general. Then we go flurry, max it out. You can see though, it's not important there's a lot of extra ranks on it necessarily. You say flurry damages a crowd controlled or vulnerable enemy. Once again, you can get life off that. And then we get the vulnerable one as well. So, can make all the enemies vulnerable. So it's a vulnerability build, trying to get max stacks on everything there. One to shadow step. Also, gonna want to reduce its cooldown when we hit a new enemy, especially that helps quite a bit because we can use that against the boss and keep reducing the cooldown. It's really good. And increases our crit strike chance with flurry, which is pretty big. We have concealment and the skill that breaks concealment also makes enemies vulnerable, so there's another way to make enemies vulnerable there. And of course we gain energy when we use that. Flurry uses up a lot of energy, so we want to make sure we have like a quick restore. Exploit is pretty insane. Honestly, it could maybe getting 18% would be nice there. And of course, we can generate some more energy this way. Then we have Shadow Imbuement. Primary Explosion makes enemies vulnerable. Increasing crit strike chance as well. And a Stun, which is another crowd control, which also makes enemies vulnerable. You can do that, and then of course I have Supreme Shadow Clone, which is busted. This thing will basically do exactly what I do and will just double my damage. And of course, this gear is nothing too special, honestly, but they are legendaries, so just like res. There's crowd control bonuses, there's just damage and bonuses. This is like the most important one. If you can somehow get like the evade or shadow step stun grenades, resetting evade with your attacks constantly, or just having multiple evades and shadow step will constantly launch stun grenades and everything will just be stunned, which will just further increase your damage and make it to where they can't hit you. That's just to power a barrier shield. This will allow us to do more damage if we do trigger the barrier. We'll do a ton of damage. Don't think that's actually a thing though. Dealing direct damage to a vulnerable enemy has a 33% chance to deal daze. We do vulnerable all the time, so that further increases our crowd control. And then of course critical strike chance against injured. And then when we are healthy, we just stun them longer apparently. Flurry deals damage in a circle and does 10% increased damage. That's pretty big actually to have that aspect. I'm getting some additional energy with the basic skill when we run out. It's pretty nice. Making an enemy vulnerable has a 50% chance to grant 3% increased critical strike chance for 3 seconds, up to 9%. That is pretty insane. And then distant enemies can also be stunned. So, a lot of power. But it's okay. Here we go. Let's smash it. Alright. Idea is to be pretty mobile. Pretty nice. nice, right? The numbers aren't insanely impressive, but because you hit so fast, it's just a lot of really hard hits. And obviously, if you get better weapons, it's a really fun build, though. This is one of my favorite builds. Should have used concealment when our energy gets low. Also, I haven't even used shadow imbuement, so it's gotta imbue our attacks with the shadow damage. No, I got afraid. No, you're not. I didn't use my skill yet. It's a lot of power. It's a lot of fun. Mess them up. Could use those stun grenades. You can see once he used Shadow Clone there, it just died instantly almost. You know, I haven't been able to. Oh, there we go. Oh god. I gotta say, I haven't had a chance to fight the Butcher with this thing yet. I don't know if we can actually kill the Butcher with it though. I think a better setup for this would actually be the one that like full heals me. There's actually a... Oh god. Yeah, we need the regen one. We need the regen one. Oh shit. Yeah, we're gonna die. Most likely here. Oh my goodness. Come in here, boy. I still did it even without the healing. That's crazy. Wow, okay. Alright, yeah, we shredded a Butcher. That's a cool thing to show. I thought I was done for, actually. We just got a bit smarter, that's all. We just kited it out a bit. Okay, anyway. That's actually hilarious. Alright, so... There's actually... I was gonna mention this, so... Siphoning strikes is actually how you'd usually do that, because you can actually full heal yourself pretty much if you have max on this. It's actually a lot better for like single targets like him, because you can heal for 3% of your maximum life when you critically strike them. And then you get that instead of, I don't know, probably like one of these bonuses or something, like extra damage. Probably. I just went for damage because I like the damage, but this is a good time to kind of explain that siphoning strikes is actually a lot better for something like the Butcher if you want to fight him. There you go. Anyway, there's a melee rogue killing the Butcher. It's pretty strong. Did he even drop a legendary? I guess he did. He dropped one. Oh, interesting. Okay. another aspect of it. Sweet.
It's locked.
That was actually kind of cool to demo there. See, I had to use everything though. I had to use like, because I don't have sustain, I had to use all my pots. I had to use all of my skills. I was about to have Shadow Clone. Once Shadow Clone came back up, I fought him though. I was waiting for Shadow Clone to come back up. Because I knew I could kill him before he'd kill me if I had that up. That's pretty funny, man. As you can see though, she's very adept at shredding single targets. However, like I said, if you want to survive it better, you just get the siphoning one. It'd also be better against Ashabah as well if I was gonna fight Ashabah with this character. I don't think I will though. I think I'm gonna use the other ones. Maybe I'll fight with this character too, actually. To get a reset for that though. Now what's interesting is you can also use Invigorating Strike too. You don't have to use Puncture. I've tested that. That's also pretty good. Yeah, that's the world boss, yeah. But as you can see, it's possible to kill the Butcher even without that, strangely enough. Just have to be very tactical with your abilities there. I don't have enough healing though. The Immortal Bubble was quite useful though. See, normally I don't need something like, I don't need Siphoning Strikes, because normally I have like life per kill and stuff, and I just like go around and kill everything.
I'm not ready yet.
Maybe I'll kill one Ashabah with I need siphoning for that though, for sure. Look how strong that is. Oh man. Honestly, I might be in love with Melee Rogue. I won't play it hardcore though. It's fun. Well, not even the most OP thing, but that's okay. Doesn't have to be. As you can see, constant crowd controls, constant crits, constant vulnerable, constant everything. Yeah, I thought I might have actually I thought I might have died to the Butcher because I didn't have enough sustain. I guess everything else is good because it's not really, this isn't the most optimal single target fighter build. Yeah. Alright, we're gonna go play the Druid after this. I might respec her though to fight Ashabah in case I want to use this character as well. You can definitely do it. Let's see this way. I didn't even use my roll. What a joke. Alright. Nah, definitely not. Remember, you also have stun grenades. Now, those aren't going to work against something like the Butcher, but yeah. They're nice. Alright, there we go. There is a Melee Rogue. Hope you guys enjoyed.